Well, my name is Alex Cabrera, and I am the vineyard manager at Abacela. I came here in 2006 as an intern from OSU. I was studying viticulture, and I came down here because I was looking and scouring the Oregon land for someone that wasn't doing Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, what everyone was teaching and thinking about at OSU. And someone told me about Abacela, and before then I had no idea who they were and what they were doing. And I immediately gravitated to them because I always thought about doing something different. My family, half my family's from Peru, and so I've always been interested in warm climate viticulture. There's a little bit of viticulture in Peru. And I found out Earl was dealing with Tannat. Aside from his notable grapes like Malbec, Tempranillo, and Albarino, he was doing things like Tannat, some port varieties, which were really interesting for me. And so I came here in 2006. Did a few things right, because then I came back in 2007, right after my graduation. I came down on the 13th, but I didn't want to start my career on the 13th of a Friday, so I decided to come in a few hours earlier on the 12th, and I think it was about at 4 o'clock. I just raced down from OSU after I put everything in my truck to move, and so I started this with a clean, good luck slate, and then I've been here since. Yeah, I've always been kind of a research-oriented person, just like Earl. And I love that he's got half row of this, 2 rows of this, a whole acre of this, but on 4 different rootstocks. I thought that was really interesting. It's very difficult to manage because you have so many different types with all the varieties and different spacings, different rootstock combinations. Everything needs to get tweaked a little differently. So different pruning, different shoot thinning, different watering regimes. And so as fun and as fascinating as it is, and as fast-paced as it can get, it's also a little stressful. I mean, there are times when it would be nice to have 50 or 60 acres of one specific variety, but that would be very dull. No one would appreciate it, but I think people and myself really appreciates all that we have here. It can get pretty crazy out here. We've got anywhere from, at our max, maybe 24 people, and they've got to be picking, because we have so many different varieties and places for varieties. We could be having a team 2 miles away from another team, someone just picking out of one bin in one little gator, and the coordination is difficult. This this harvest season is pretty mentally stressful and mentally challenging. Well, this year we have, my cell phone is practically a work phone. There's so many people call me because I give them my phone. It's not a big deal. It usually benefits us when we need people. Oftentimes, for example, in 2007, it's difficult to get labor, and we had to really scrounge for it. We Craigslisted, and starting last year, harvesting, especially this year, it's been very helpful because there's certain sections of the job market that is gone, and we're hiring people even if they worked at those blue-collar jobs. They're now here. They're now at the agricultural realm, and it ups our quality of work, or basically the quality of workers, and that can keep our turnover down because they know that there's still some economic difficulties. And so we have a good group, we have a larger core group of people, and that makes all the tasks that we do from pruning on to now easier. Well, I went to school to study biochemistry and biophysics, and I kind of switched out of that sophomore year, one because I didn't want to take physical chemistry. And the second thing was, though, I wanted a little more gratification as far as I worked in a lab before, and I just didn't see a whole lot of gratification or instant gratification of doing a project and then seeing, what the fruits of your labor. And so I was thinking about what would be interesting, and I was thinking of the other sciences because I still was very much research oriented, and I love science. And so some of my family members do a little bit of distilling of a wine brandy called Pisco in Peru, and so I've always been accustomed to that. And so I thought about fermentation science and distilling, and that just somehow molded into viticulture and enology. And then I can't believe that I ever had any other options. I really love what I do. I had the option of enology or viticulture, and I thank God that I'm doing viticulture because I just love being out here. I love getting my hands dirty, and then this is the fruits of our labor. You live or die by what you do from pruning until now, and there's so many factors outside of your control, while it makes it stressful, when you feel like you get a grip on everything, it makes you feel real good. In 2006, I came here as an intern, and I had pretty good grades, and I thought I really was on the roll for viticulture, at least in the textbooks and in the classrooms. But I came here, and the learning curve was, I was down at the bottom of another hump. And Earl is a very good teacher, a very good guide / mentor, and he was able to get me going, to follow him under his lead, but also he was able to throw me in the water and let me try to swim and even sink a little bit if need be. And so I feel very fortunate that he was able to do that. Tough love at times, and so I thank him for that, because before, even when graduating, even coming back here and being assistant vineyard manager, graduating, cum laude, I thought I had it. And then coming here again, a tough season. It was a cooler year, 2007. We had some rains during harvest. I actually felt what it's like to be in harvest, and that was just another hurdle. So every year I feel very confident I hit that next hurdle. So it's helpful to have people with more experience and just more judgment, wisdom around. And even Andrew Winslow, the winemaker, is an added benefit to that. So I'm fortunate to be working with people that I enjoy, that share the same feelings for research, share the same feelings for the science of winemaking, science of viticulture.